Fazun Kamal. I'm with the franchise consulting company, and 100 entrepreneurs, and you guys are truly my most favorite group of people to work with. Can you guys tell me why vets are my most favorite group of people to work with? Guesses. What do you guys do on a daily basis?
Show up to work on time.
Show up to work on time. What else? Basically reliable. Who knows how to follow a playbook? You all do? Is that what you do?
Rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations. What else has rules and regulations? A franchise.
Business.
That's right, a franchise, right? You guys also know when you have a playbook in front of you, you guys know how to execute. Do you not? Yeah? Get the job done. Here's the playbook. I need you to do A, B, and C. That is exactly what a franchisee is expected to do. I have many franchise partners. When I was at our last conference in January, several of them came up to me and, Bob, you and I need to talk a little bit more about this. One in particular, they are the most reputable franchise brand in the remediation, environmental remediation space. They came up to me and they said, we heard you talk about the fact that you work with a lot of veterans. One of our biggest weaknesses is we want more veterans in our system, but we don't have them. We don't know how to get in front of them. We don't know how to speak their language. Why am I bringing this up? There are reputable, proven business brands out there that are looking for you, that you may not even be aware, right? So today we'll start to kind of peel the layers of the onion back a little bit and get into that. The franchise consulting company. We do two things. We do what's known as franchise consulting, and this is where I work with clients who are in the middle of some sort of career transition. For whatever reason, they don't want to go back into the corporate world, but are looking to start their own business. That's what we help them with. And then the second piece is what we call franchise development. And these are business owners who have an existing business. They're at a point in their business, whether it's a lack of time or a lack of money, they're at a point where they're not being able to grow their business. And they look at franchising as a way to create a national brand that they can use using other people's money, i.e. franchisees. Those are the two things that we do. The first piece, the franchise consulting piece, our services are fully free. We get paid exactly the way a realtor or an executive recruiter gets paid. So I have several hundred franchise brands I work with. I have clients I work with. I bring the two together, and when a match is made, the franchise then pays us. We want more of you guys and girls. And I'll get into a little bit into why that is. There are 66,000 veteran-owned franchises in the US. And they generate around, the number's a little bit higher, around $40 to $43 billion in gross outputs. That's a huge number, right? Veterans make such excellent franchisees. A franchise is a combination of a proven business model that you get, that you are then asked to execute on. Typically, if you want the business to grow large, you are going to have to hire employees. When you have employees, you need to be able to learn how to execute and manage a team. These are skill sets that you folks already have. You don't need to learn this from scratch. It's a huge advantage for you coming into a franchise system. This is what robust brands are looking for, right? Teamwork, leadership, ability to execute. A playbook could be the best playbook on the planet, but if you don't execute it, it does not mean anything at all. And you guys can do that. What's the Vet Friend program? Without looking at the slide.
Something I heard about in TAPS,
I don't know what TAPS is.
our retirement process.
I see. Okay. So the Vet Friend program, this was started in 2011. And it is a program that's been adopted by the IFA, which is the International Franchise Association. There are more than, at this point, it's about 700 different franchises that are members of VetFran. And essentially what it is it's a program that offers training and financial discounts to candidates who are veterans. Have you guys heard of a franchise fee? Yeah? What's a franchise fee?
I think it's the fee that the franchisee pays to the franchise.
That's right.
In order to get
That's right. So typically when you get into a franchise, there are two kinds of payments you're going to make. There's a one-time payment that you make to the parent company when you become their franchisee. That's called the franchise fee. The VetFran program, if the company that you are getting into is a part of VetFran, you will get that particular discount, and the discount varies. It can be pretty substantial in certain cases. The second payment that you will make to a franchise is the monthly royalty moving forward. That's a monthly, this is the one time. Yeah? So the VetFran program provides a lot of educational resources, training, and discounts. When I work with veteran clients, one of the key things I do when I start to give them businesses, I start to look for companies that are VetFran. Because again, the savings can be pretty substantial. Yeah? A franchise is a business model that someone else has put together. It gives you a playbook for how to run the business from A to Z. It provides all sorts of support, marketing, operations, branding, whatever that particular thing is that the business does. It is given to you. A franchise is also called a business in a box, by the way. You are given a box. When you open the box, you have everything that you need to run the business in there. The second thing with a franchise that makes it super different from any other business out there is your ability to ramp up to profitability. With a franchise, it's called a business in a box because it's a proven model. You want to be able to take off that quicker, shorter ramp up. Have you guys noticed? People who are typically small business owners, why do they look so damn stressed out all the time?
Because they're the only one working business.
They're the CEO, and they're the janitor, and they're everyone else in between. They have to come up with systems and processes because it's their business. That isn't something that you'd have to do in a franchise system, right? The support system. A lot of clients, when they begin working with me, they will say, do I look at a business that provides a product or a business that provides a service? And I say to them that is not important. What you are looking for is a franchise that has a robust system. If you have that, all else follows. Because remember the monthly royalties you're paying them? What are you paying them for? Right? Okay. Quicker startup we talked about. Training. So unlike in the corporate world, when you move from assistant director to director or whatever the position is, as you move up the ladder, typically you'll take a couple classes or the company provides training, right? You need additional certifications. With a franchise, that is included. As part of the franchise fee and the ongoing royalties that you're going to be giving the parent company, you are going to go through continuous training, not just when you begin, but every year that you're in the system. By the way, what's the average length of a franchise agreement? Anyone?
What? 20 years?
20 years. No.
The average length
Good
of
guess.
what?
What's that?
The average length of what?
What's the average length of a franchise agreement? The agreement you sign with the franchise company? 10. There are a handful of companies that I have seen 7, but it's few and far between. It's 10. Right? It becomes very important as you start to look at franchises that you select the one that is the right one for you, for you, for you. There are a lot of great franchises, but they're not great for everyone, right? It depends on that fit. And you're going to be in this relationship for 10 years. Let's make sure that the fit is there. That very last one, who knows what the FTC is? Federal Trade Commission. Why is that important to you guys? Protections. So, like the financial industry, franchising is a highly regulated industry, and you should care because it means extra protections for you guys. So every single brand that I work with, they're regulated by the Trade Commission, and as part of their regulation, my eyes are getting bad. I don't know if I have it up there. As part of that, every single brand has to file with the Trade Commission what's known as a franchise disclosure document, an FDD. Have you guys heard of that before? Yes, somebody's nodding. So for those of you who have not, If you are not being able to go to sleep at night, Google it. It'll put you right to sleep. It's a legal document. It's typically several hundred pages, and it is part of the due diligence that you're going to go through with me if you decide to look at a franchise. But again, goes back to the FTC. So these are consumer protections in place. Yeah? On the con side of the house, a franchise is not for everyone, and it might not be for you if you feel, well, at this point in my life, I really don't want to take any orders from anyone. I don't want to have to follow a playbook. That's okay. Then a franchise may not be the right thing for you because you're paying for it, right? If you're not going to follow it, don't do it. Does anybody know what a protected territory is?
An area that belongs exclusively to you and you can only market in that area.
Yes. Sorry, you want to say something?
I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. You get a lined out area that you're gonna be the only franchise. in.
Why is that a good thing? Doesn't that limit you?
No competition.
Protects
No
you.
competition. You will have other competition, rest assured, but you won't have competition from within the company. This is your DMA, your designated marketing area, and it's yours. That is what you just paid for. Right? Franchising works for one and one reason only. What is that? I've used the word many times already. Why do you think that is? Why does it work? But why is it proven? What does it have?
Brand name.
Brand name, systems,
Network.
systems, marketing, customer acquisition, business development, branding, on and on and on and on. It should have systems. This is why franchising works. So that very last line, it's pretty astonishing. Franchises make more money than competing non-franchise brands. Every single time. Every single time. And it goes back to systems. Somebody was paying attention. Fabulous. Beyond the food, there are thousands and thousands of franchises out there. These are the 5 major categories. They're major because underneath each category you have hundreds of subcategories. Currently in the United States, there's over 3,500 different brands in over 100 different industries. It's pretty mind-boggling, right? The diversity that's there. Have you guys heard of the term recession resistant? This gentleman is nodding very wisely. Tell me what it is, please.
So everybody knows that markets go ebbs and flows. So typically when there is a downturn in the economy, people still need to eat. They still need to live in locations. So like real estate is, if you're in the rental business, people still need to live somewhere. So
Fantastic. You just described my slide for me. I think we might be ready to move on. So recession resistant. Whether the economy is going up or it's going down, guess what's making money? Your business. Who wants to have a business like that? One of my most favorite, and I have quite a few, think of the one that says building essentials. So take this place. When one of the light bulbs here goes out, somebody comes in. What most of us don't realize is they're typically from a franchise. How many commercial buildings do you have in the DMV? Right? Think of the scope of the business. Another one that I really like, hair care. Whether the economy goes up or the economy comes down, what keeps growing? Unless you're my husband who's bald, then it doesn't matter, right? Basic. I also love businesses that are need to have services, not nice to have. I feel like whatever, not nice to have, need to have services, because then there's always a need. Up or down, your business continues making money. You want to look at businesses like that.